Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the story of now. We have a special guest with us today, Imanjit. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, you got it.
You got it correct, Imanjit. Perfectly?
Yeah, perfect.
Guys, I pronounced it perfectly. Check that out. All right, Imanjit. First question I have for you: what does living in the now mean to you?
Well, living in the now means making sure that I can make my impact felt now, making sure that I leave my legacy at Laurier now rather than waiting for someone to write my story for me.
You write your own story.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
amazing. So today is actually a special day at Laurier. It's Turban Day,
Yeah.
right? Turban Day. So you have one on your head.
Yeah,
You wear one every single day.
every day.
Actually, is it possible to get my own turban?
Just for
Would that be a
today.
thing?
It's your lucky day.
Just for today?
Here we go.
Do we just like snap our fingers and then it pops up in my head?
Yeah, let's snap our fingers.
Boom. No way, where'd you guys come from? So we actually have people over here. Introduce yourselves to the camera.
I'm Kulbir, economics student, Laurier.
And I'm Dr. DK.
So these guys will be tying a turban around my head during the video, and Imanjit will be speaking about his story and why this is so significant. Yeah?
Yeah, sounds
Are
good.
you guys ready?
We're good.
Alright, so tell me, what do I have to do first?
Nothing. Just
So
sit there.
Just sit there? Relax. It's like a
Relax.
day at the spa.
Yeah. So DK is gonna tie this cloth on your head
So
first.
excited.
Start it.
So you're gonna want to take your glasses off as well, just so we can add them back after.
Alright.
So the reason we're here today and reason we do Turban Up at Laurier is because we want to spread awareness, and we believe that the best way to educate someone is through experience. So if they can actually experience getting a turban and how it feels on their head, it makes much more of an impact than it would if you were just talking about tying a turban. So another reason that we do this event is because we want to remove the fear. Any fear that you might have towards someone with a turban, like I have a beard, and some people might not be used to that. And that's all it is. Fear is just something that you're not used to.
Mm-hmm.
So just trying to get people comfortable with who we are and just explaining why we wear a turban is the whole point of Turban Day.
Right.
So the reason that we wear a turban, and for different people it varies, and everyone has their own personal reasons, just like everything else. But the reasons I wear a turban is, and most Sikhs wear a turban, is because it gives us a different identity. It makes us stick out in a crowd. So if there's a crowd of hundreds of people, you can easily distinguish who the Sikhs are.
Okay.
Because they have a turban, they have a beard. And why that is important is because we've been given the task of making sure that we are the protector.
Oh, try closing that real quick.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, just try pushing that close button, yeah.
What's it?
Making sure that,
Let me see if it's still, yeah, it's perfect, right?
yeah.
Okay, sorry guys. Had something pop up. Go ahead.
So just making sure that everyone is taken care of, well nourished, and educated, as well as protected. That's what the turban all stands for. So just much like a police officer has his uniform, the turban is a distinguishing symbol for Sikhs so that you can easily identify them in any crowd, so that if you need help, if you need water, if you need food, if there's something that you need that a Sikh can provide you, you can find that Sikh very easily.
Right.
The other reason that we wear a turban is because it is a sign of royalty. So in India, about 600 years ago, only kings were allowed to wear turbans, and only the high class were. But what the Sikh guru said was, the turban is for everyone, and the world is equal, so everyone can have a crown in the eyes of God.
Wow.
And just based on that, the rulers at that time, they used to wear one turban. But as you can see from my style of Dastar, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji introduced what is called the Damala, which is two turbans. He said, I'm not going to wear one turban, I'm going to wear two turbans, because the true king is not that person with all the worldly wealth, but the true king is that person that has realized God.
Wow, that is amazing. And it puts such a significance to the turban.
Yeah,
Like, people
so-
just see you walking around.
So that's why when we wear a turban, we wear it as a crown, and we wear it as something that we can hold our head high and we can share with other people. It's something that is to be admired and something that is to be respected, because there's a lot of sacrifices that went into actually getting the turban. Because at that time, not everyone was happy that the Sikhs were wearing the turbans, and this didn't come without conflict.
Right.
So just for everyone to be equal, just for everyone to live in this equal world, many sacrifices had to be made so that we could all wear this crown today.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And so you're Sikh,
Yeah.
right? And this is a symbol of your religion,
Yes.
yeah, of your beliefs. And you talk about equal worlds a lot, right? That
Yeah.
An equal world where everyone is equal. I actually remember on campus, you guys, the Sikhs, were giving out food.
Yep.
Free food. And it wasn't just cookies, crackers, all baked goods. You guys were giving out rice with meat and sauce. And I asked you guys why you did that, right?
It was actually cheese, because we
Oh,
actually serve
cheese.
vegetarian meals.
Yeah.
The reason for that is because not everyone can eat meat, not everyone chooses to eat meat. So it's basically a vegetarian meal that accommodates everyone, and that's the reason for the vegetarian meal.
That's awesome. So I wanted you guys also speak about that
Oh,
day.
sure.
On
So
video.
that Langar Day is something that we do in the spring semester, fall semester.
Right.
And the reason we do Langar Day is because Langar Day again promotes equality. And in Langar, everyone sits on the same equal floor. So, like going back 600 years ago, it wasn't very normal that a king
Yeah.
would sit with a peasant on the same level. Even in the same house, they wouldn't even let peasants give them food or water. That's how much of the cultural divide is. And to a certain extent, that still exists today. And the reason for Langar is, Langar, you actually all have to sit on the same floor, and you have to eat that meal before you can actually go pray. Because the idea around that is, if you can't think of everyone as your equal, what's the point of praying? What's the
Right.
point of, if you can't see God in everyone, what's the point of praying?
Right.
And the other reason is that you can't pray on an empty stomach. So just like you can't study on an empty stomach, you can't pray on an empty stomach. And that's really important. And it's also for everyone. The other main important thing about Langar is that it teaches you how to serve. So Langar is like a community kitchen. So if you want to learn how to serve, if you want to learn how to help people, if you need a place to give your money, that's a great place to give your charitable donation, because that's making a direct impact right away,
Wow.
because you're feeding people instantly. So we feed about 6 million people around the world every day, and any Sikh temple around the world serves at least 3 meals a day.
At least 3 meals a Sorry, I just saw myself. Sorry, at least 3 meals a day. And it looks like they just finished wrapping my head in a turban. How did I look, guys?
Fresh.
Wow! I feel great. And now, especially after hearing that story, right, I know that it's not just cloth on my head, there's a whole story behind it. If you guys can come forward here, and I actually have my friend Vance. Vance, you want to get into the shot? Here, I'll move the chair over just so everyone gets space in the shot. Everyone united. We're all wearing turbans on Turban Day. Oh, I wanted to ask you guys. You got the praying pose too. Just to end the video off, I wanted to ask you guys, what does humility mean to you, right? You're talking about everyone eating on the floor when they eat, right? Not thinking of ourselves as higher than anyone else. So what does the word humility mean to you?
Humility is the key to reaching God. And that key for me means that serving others is the biggest sign of humility that you can have. And serving people will actually make you humble. It's not that you might not be humble right now, but if you serve people, you will become even more humble. Serving those people, listening to their stories, listening to where they come from, will make you appreciative of who you are. And that's why seva and serving is so important.
That is awesome. How about for you guys? You guys have any comments about humility? Any personal stories about humility? What it means to you?
Well, I'll go. Well, for me, humility is best summed up for me is by the fourth Guru, Guru
Right.
Ram Das Ji. Well, he was a Guru, and we consider the Guru the highest, right? He was a Guru. He would go outside, and with his beard, he would clean the feet.
Wow.
Clean the feet and clean the shoes of the people that came into the congregation. That's humility, when you're so high, but you still think of yourself as so low.
That is awesome. How about for you guys?
I didn't, even before today, I did not know what an accurate definition of humility, because it's such a big concept.
Right.
And understanding from philosophy and different cultures, they have different ways of defining what humility is. But now, more knowledge.
Exactly, that's what it is.
Well, for me, like DK said, humility just means like not seeing yourself above anyone,
Right.
and just like not having an ego against people and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, Thank you guys
Thank
for being in the
you.
video. Thank you for providing me with the turban.
Thank you for having us here, Keith.
It was my absolute pleasure. So take in what we can learn when we can be interested in other people's stories, right? We're actually interested. We're living in the now. So everyone, thank you for watching. Please stay loving, stay humble, and stand